If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Dion. If you are back again, thank you for returning. I wanted to clarify deal breakers and incompatibility issues. And deal breakers are or can be incompatibility issues in relationships. And I want to clarify this because I'm going to be doing a relationship red flag series. And so I already did a video talking about preferences versus boundaries versus deal breakers versus red flags. And then as I was sitting about 20 minutes ago thinking about it, I'm like, I really didn't go into much detail about deal breakers, which are just incompatibilities. For example, I have asthma, I have allergies. And so if someone has furry pets or if someone's a chronic smoker, that will negatively affect my health. And so we would be incompatible for a relationship. However, I would be friends with this person. I just wouldn't hang out at their place. So it's a deal breaker for me to be in a relationship with that person, but not a deal breaker to be friends with that person. Another example would be specifically if you're monogamous. If you want children and you meet someone, a potential love interest, and they do not want children, that's a deal breaker. You're incompatible because you want different things. And the same for marriage. If you're monogamous and in your mind you're like, I want to be married one day, and you meet someone and they say, I never want to be married, that's not going to work for a relationship. However, if you are polyamorous, you may meet someone who doesn't want to get married, and you do, and it's okay because you may meet someone else who wants to be married, and you can maintain both relationships. And so it's really about how comfortable can you be with someone who has a different set of ideals than you do, or if they want something different in life than you do. Can you have a parallel relationship with that person, knowing that someone else may come along and they may want the same thing you want? Or say you're with someone, you want children, they want children, that's fine, and then you meet someone else and they don't want children, that'll be fine too. If you're polyamorous, don't cheat on people. And if you do vastly differ in what you want from life and love, then don't be in a relationship with that person, because then it'll just end up chaotic and it just will not be a healthy relationship. So deal breakers are incompatibility issues, potentially incompatibility issues. It doesn't mean that anything's wrong with either person or that one or the other is bad. It's just that there's a difference in what you want out of life and out of love. Some people say if someone's bad with money, that's a red flag or a deal breaker. If you keep money separate, doesn't matter. If that person is self-sufficient, doesn't matter. I know people who live paycheck to paycheck, and I consider that being bad with money, because if something goes wrong, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't get the car fixed, or my electric bill was higher than I thought and I can't pay the bill. Okay, that's an issue. But if all their bills are paid and they're maintaining their lifestyle, I do not really have an issue with that. And so it's about, how is this person maintaining their lifestyle, and also how are they maintaining their mental health? And as I just said, for me, it's about self-growth, learning more about yourself so that you can be a better person for yourself, because that will trickle down into all of your friendships and relationships. And so those are the things I look for. Like, what type of person is this? Are they ambitious enough to be self-sufficient? And if they're displeased with an area in their life, do they have the motivation to improve in that area of their life? And not someone that has a victim mentality or says, oh, well, it's always been this way, so it's never going to change, and they're content to be a bum. That's a red flag for me, because I'm not a bum, and so I'm not going to pretend to understand why someone would be okay with living a certain way. And I'm not being judgmental, because I grew up in the inner city. I grew up not having a lot. But having come from that, I know that you can come from that. And so for someone to just stay in that and know that they're in it and to be comfortable there and to also possibly try to bring you back down, no, that's incompatibility and a deal breaker and a red flag for me personally. And I have had a situation like that. And so I'm speaking, partly from a clinical standpoint and partly from personal experience. And so there is a difference between deal breakers, preferences, boundaries, and red flags, even though they all can roll into a red flag, depending on the situation. If someone keeps breaking your boundaries intentionally, that's a red flag. If someone just views life different than you do, that's an incompatibility issue, which may be a deal breaker for you, because you want someone who at least can agree to disagree with where you're coming from. And the same for you. You need to be able to agree to disagree with where they're coming from and just have healthy conversations. I'm really big on communication, and I'm learning a lot about transparency. And so that is awesome. And that plays into every area of my life, all of my friendships, all of my relationships. And so I'm still learning, and I'm hoping that sharing this information with you guys will help you too. And as usual, subscribe, like, comment. Let's discuss. Thank you. You will see me in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.